Ben Carson. Both of these polls taken mostly before Mr. Trump made his controversial comments about a ban on all Muslims entering the U.S., but some of the polling data suggests his numbers only went up after he made that proposal on Monday. Back with us now, the Blaze founder, Glenn Beck. Glenn, good to see you. So I know you're not a Donald Trump fan, but this proposal is supported by a lot of Americans, a lot of Republicans. Rasmussen says 66% of likely Republican voters favor a temporary ban on all Muslims entering the U.S.
41%, I'm sorry, 49% of all Democrats favor a registration of all Muslims as well. 21% of all Democrats want to see Jews and Christians registered as well. There is a very dangerous thing that I've been talking about for a very long time. First, the caliphate. The caliphate happens, then it destabilizes Europe and the rest of the Western world. The economy is in very rough shape all around the world. The seeds of discontent throughout the Western world have been sown. No one is listening. What happens is you get a very strong progressive or a strong communist, fascistic sort of leader that comes to the fray and says, I will solve your problems for you. And no one even stops to listen to what the real answer is. Not comparing anybody to Adolf Hitler, but let's just look at history. When Adolf Hitler did it, if you read Mein Kampf, he spelled it all out. But the people didn't want to listen to that. They just wanted somebody to solve their problems. You head towards a demagogue, and if it's not Donald Trump, the next guy will be worse than Donald Trump. This is the worst thing that we can do. But I predicted and promised America, if you don't stop and anchor yourself to the Constitution, you're going to have a progressive, either left or right, that will engage in demagoguery and will be in real trouble. Remember, in the progressive world of Woodrow Wilson, we rounded up Germans. In the progressive world of FDR, we rounded up Japanese. In the progressive world of today, we will round up Muslims if we don't stop, take a breath, and look at what we really, truly believe, and that our government doesn't start acting and behaving like people who actually want to defend the Constitution of the United States.
Mm-hmm. What do you make of how much support he has, Glenn, among the Republican electorate?
I really think he's got much of his support is also from liberals. If you look at independents, which I think most people would consider themselves today, independents tired of both parties, 67%, I believe, is afraid of him. And I think you should be afraid of Donald Trump. I think there is a group of progressives in America, both left and right. Progressive is not a democratic disease. It's a disease on both, that just want to win. And they would support the same policies that Barack Obama did if it was their guy doing it. And that's what I think is happening. That coupled with he is speaking the truth in some regard. He has diagnosed the problem. He has not come up with a viable solution. He's just saying the things that everybody says. He's right. He's right. We are in trouble. The President of the United States, Congress, in both parties, quite honestly, they are either dumb, delusional, or they are complicit in the destruction of the Constitution and the way of the West. It doesn't matter which one it is. I personally have my own opinion on what it is, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, it's dangerous.
Glenn Beck, great to see you, and we'll see you again next week.
Thank you very much.
We are also hearing tonight from a whistleblower, a former DHS employee who reached out to the Kelly file, saying he was
worried about what we should not